please welcome Steve Bustin.
Afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good. So this is going to be a series of short talks over the next few months. They're not little mini keynotes, they're more like little mini workshops about how you communicate what you do to the people who matter to your business. Speaker bookers, event organisers, meeting planners, bureaus, agencies, the businesses who can give you business. So over the next few months, I'm going to talk about the channels. I'm going to talk about the different routes you can use to start communicating. So we'll talk briefly about PR, we'll talk social media, we'll talk websites, we'll talk e-newsletters, all that sort of stuff. But that's to come. Today, rather than talking about how you communicate, I want to talk about what you communicate. And in particular, the answer to that innocuous little question, what do you do? You've probably been asked it today, maybe not in that exact wording, but probably you've had people today say, what do you do? Or you've asked other people. And it does sound like such an innocuous question, that it's very easy to give an innocuous answer. And yet that question is at the hub of your business and how much business you're going to get. So I'm going to use a phrase that I know strikes fear and loathing into the hearts of some people in this room when I say, I want you to turn to the person next to you and I want you to take 15 seconds each to ask and answer, and I couldn't have said it better myself at the back there. I want you to ask and answer the question, what do you do? So find yourself a partner. Anybody with that one? Okay, you've got 15 seconds each, starting now. And swap over. Okay, so 15 seconds isn't long. Okay, 15 seconds isn't long, but actually you need to be able to communicate what you do that succinctly. Now, out of interest, how many of you found yourselves talking about the services you offer? I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, I'm an accountant, I'm a lawyer, whatever. How many of you found yourselves talking in those sorts of terms? A few? Yeah, some hands? Okay. How many of you found yourselves talking in the terms about what you spend your day doing? A few. Okay. When you tell me what you do during your day, when you tell me about the services you offer, I don't really care. Sorry, that doesn't make me hard-hearted. I don't really care what you do. What I care about is what you can do for me. And Robin picked up this exact theme earlier on today. I care about what you can do for me. Now, this isn't your opportunity to start talking about me the whole time. It's a bit like there's a lovely quote in the film Beaches, where Bette Midler says, that's enough talking about me, let's talk about you. What did you think about me? And I'm aware most of my PSA colleagues will quote Einstein or Confucius. I quote Bette Midler, go figure. So we're going to run the same exercise again. So you've got 15 seconds again, and I'll listen out for the time to swap over. But the question to ask and then answer this time is, what can you do for me? Okay, ready? Your 15 seconds starts now. And swap over. Did your answers differ? How? How did your answers differ that second time? More clarification?
Communicated on a different level.
Communicated on a different level. Somebody over here.
It was all talked about in terms of them as opposed to me.
Absolutely, yeah. Brilliantly put, thank you. Yes?
I really believed them.
You believed them?
Yeah, they had more intensity and more gravitas because there was something connecting.
More intensity, more gravitas, more connection. Tim?
I can actually visualise how it would affect me and how that would change what I did.
Yeah, absolutely. You can visualise how it affects you. So when you hear that question, what do you do? What you actually need to hear is what can you do for me? It's a subtle difference, but it's a very important difference. And actually, when you start talking to somebody about what you can do for them, the great way to start is, my clients tell me that what I do for them is ... How many people here know what they do for their clients? Most people. Good. If you've never done it, it's an interesting exercise to actually go and ask your clients what you do for them. And you might be surprised by the responses you get. Because you might think that actually what you give them is a certain amount of learning, or you give them a certain expertise. You might well find that your clients say, what you give us is peace of mind. What you give us is the opportunity to let go, the opportunity to be inspired. And if that's the language that they are using to describe what you do, that language is probably going to resonate with prospective clients as well. So it's the sort of language to start adopting. So start thinking about, what can I do for the other person? And a big part of that is asking questions. So when you tell somebody what you do, let them do the talking. Now, you'll often hear people on this very stage talk about find the pain point in their business or find the problem for which you offer a solution. And I think those are perfectly good analogies. But to do that, you have to ask questions. So when somebody starts asking you about what you do, it's your opportunity to start asking questions of them. Okay, third short exercise in the same pair that you were with before. Slightly different one, this one. In your pair, could you just nominate person A and person B? Okay, A's raise your hands. Okay, persons A, you are cavemen. Or women.
We should be the cavemen.
Cave people. So people's A, let me hear you say, ugh. That's not part of the exercise, I just wanted to hear you say it. So, person A, you are a cave person. Person B, your job in this exercise, in 30 seconds, is to persuade that cave person you are sat opposite that they should stop using their limited brain power and rudimentary tools to invent the wheel, and instead employ them to invent the microwave oven. So you have got to persuade that caveman that actually what is going to change their life isn't the wheel, it's the microwave oven. You have 30 seconds, starting now. So, person B, are you convinced? Some of you are, I'm glad to hear it. Okay, hang on, we have...
Came up with a fantastic argument, but you couldn't understand the bloody thing I said.
Yeah, and I appreciate there is the small matter of electricity, but we'll let that one go. Those of you who were describing it, how were you describing the microwave oven? Were you describing the fact that it's a metal box, has a glass door, some buttons and knobs? Outcomes. Absolutely. Instant gratification, absolutely. That caveman needs that instant pizza. But actually what you're doing, this ain't rocket science, you're starting to talk about the benefits, not the features. You don't need me to tell you about that. And actually, it is important to start talking about the benefits you bring, not the features. I hear lots of speakers will say, oh yes, I've got my 45-minute keynote, and I've got great slides, and I'll give these people this handout, and there's all these other materials online. Those are your features, not your benefits. What are the benefits you bring to the audience you're speaking to? What is the learning they're getting out of it? What are they going to take away? What's going to change in their business? Whether you're talking to individuals, whether you're talking to a huge audience in one business. What are the benefits you're going to bring to the client, the person who has booked you? So start thinking about the benefits you bring. And again, if you haven't asked a client, ask them. They may well come up with benefits you hadn't even realized you were bringing. So it's an important one. And actually, if you want a masterclass in using benefits, not features, watch QVC. Anybody here watch shopping channels? I'm not the only one. Good. QVC, any shopping channel, is a masterclass in selling on benefits, not features. They'll talk very quickly through the features of a product. They will then talk for hours about the difference it will make to your life. And a really nice exercise, we're not going to do it now, one of the QVC audition exercises, if you want to be a presenter, is they give you a pencil. And they ask you to talk about that pencil for 3 minutes. Now, you're going to run out of features pretty quickly. Sharp end, blunt end, that's it. What you're going to talk about is the letters you can write, the lists you can write, all the benefits that pencil's going to bring. It's fun. It's a fun exercise. 3 minutes suddenly seems like a lifetime. So try it. So really, to wrap up, when somebody asks you what you do, you need to think, what can I do for them? Start talking the language that they talk. And if you can tell them about the benefits that you are going to bring to them, to their business, and to their life, that's what you do. Thank you very much.